It looks a lot like the old A4, but it is entirely new. The changes are much more obvious in here with a brand new interior that's very fitting of an executive car. The finish and the quality is so good. The design is like somebody really thought about every detail. Even the indicator stalks are like a work of art. The Golf GTE is Volkswagen's new plug-in hybrid that promises the best of both worlds. GTI-like performance but with less fuel consumption and low emissions. It feels flat, balanced, and there's loads of traction to exit the corners. The same sort of glamour and prestige as the Evoque, and of course Land Rover's legendary off-road ability. The Land Rover Discovery Sport is premium and practical, it's tough but refined, and it's as good to drive as it is to look at. They say the Ibiza Cupra has a list price of just over €22,500, but this is a bona fide hot hatch. Seat has dropped the automatic gearbox in favour of a new 6-speed manual gearbox, and that makes the Ibiza Cupra even more exciting and involving to drive. Ford has launched 2 new special editions of their popular Fiesta, the Fiesta Red Edition and the Fiesta Black Edition. This is no bone shaker, and there's very little compromise in the way of comfort. The biggest asset here is just the Fiesta's fine handling. It really is a hard car to beat for just pure driving enjoyment. But like the rest of the Adam family, you buy these cars for their unique looks and image. So if you love the way the Opel Adam looks, but you just want some extra potency onto the bonnet, then Adam S is the car for you. Peugeot know a thing or two about making a performance car, and their sporty hatchbacks have been getting petrol heads on a lather for over 30 years. This is the latest, the Peugeot 308 GTI. There's that little element of menace to it, like the lion might bite you if you didn't respect it, especially in sport mode where it seems to dump all its power to the front wheels very quickly. Definitely get a sense of that car-like DNA when you're driving the F-Pace, and also as a driver your position in relation to the steering wheel, the controls, the pedals, and the centre tunnel is also quite high for an SUV, so it all enhances that sports car feel behind the wheel. But what sets the F-Pace apart is that it's a true driver's car, and I didn't think that was always possible with an SUV, but Jaguar has stayed true to their sports car roots, and it really shows with the new F-Pace. There's also a GTE mode. It's kind of like a sport button, and when you press that you get the full force of the 400 Newton meters of torque that the system produces. Passat GTE brings all the comfort, refinement and space of a large car with exceptionally low running costs. The Mito is the smallest hatchback in the Alfa Romeo range, and the Mito is Alfa's answer to high-end super minis like the DS3, the Audi A1 and the Mini. Now, Alfa's brand has quite a sporty pedigree, and you can tap into that using the DNA driving mode selector, which is standard across the Mito range. Now, in the normal mode, I do find the steering a little light and vague for the car to be fully engaging, but it does have excellent body control, so you can still fling the Mito in and out of corners very efficiently. In dynamic mode, which is kind of like a sport mode, there's extra weight in the steering, and that does make the car much more fun and engaging through a series of corners. And dynamic mode also loosens up the throttle considerably. That said, it's still a very likeable small car. It trades a lot on its exotic good looks and the prestige of the Alfa badge, but at this end of the market, that really matters, and the Mito is certainly not deprived in that area. But underneath these quite conventional looks, the Nero's got a secret. It's also a hybrid. And that does pretty much eliminate the lifeless throttle. But you've just bought a hybrid, presumably to cut the costs of your fuel bills, so you really don't want to be driving it in sport mode all the time. But at least the option is there if you need to pick up speed quickly, for example, when you're overtaking.